Just going to go ahead and see who all is, if I can get this on my other page. Groups. Let's see. Is it not coming in yet? I'm not sure where the day went. Oh, I am coming in okay. Make sure you can hear me. Hello, hello, hello. I need some music. If you're tuning in, say hi. It's gonna give it another minute. Let's see. All right. Ooh, nope, that's not where I want to go. Oh my gosh, that's not where I want to go. Leave. Oh goodness, Becca. Back to life. All right. Share to my VIP page. There it is. Okay. All right, I'm going to go ahead and get started. It is 7:01. So thanks for tuning in. This is Becca with Becca's Creation. I am your independent Stampin' Up demonstrator, and I am located in Clarksville, Tennessee. I am here for some mystery stamping. Back to reality. Yes, Robin. Well, so we didn't go on our cruise, but that's a different story. So, but yes, we're back to the swing of things, and thanks for tuning in. So clues were sent out Friday, Saturday. I think it was Friday. So I figured out the card on Saturday. It was just a little wonky, but I did figure out what card I was going to make. I did put out the clues, and we are actually going to play with the Sweet Bugs, and the Sweet Bugs is located on page 43 in the mini catalog. And so this bug set actually reminded me of The Very Hungry Caterpillar. My son loved that book. So as soon as I saw this set, I was like, oh, I need to get it. So hi Lori, I get to see you next month. All right, so we are going to play with the Sweet Bugs. Again, it's on page 43. And if you haven't had a chance to look at it, I'm gonna tell you a couple things why I like it real quick. So the paper has all these cute little critters here. So and I'm going to tell you right now, your dies, the coordinating dies will cut out your images. So I'm going to take this one right here because it's the caterpillar, and it cuts it out. I mean, and pretty much every image here has majority of them has a die that you can cut out with it. So paper is beautiful. And then what else do I like about it? I love these little themes here. So if you notice, there's one cut out here. I'm actually going to use that piece, but you can cut these up and use those as card fronts or your scrapbook page. So just wanted to share that. And then there was another thing on the dies. I was looking at them, and there is, let me tuck this back in. I already did most of the pre-work, so. You know what? I think I'm going to I'm gonna face you guys down so it'll be a lot easier. So bear with me. Well, don't look at my ceiling. Okay. So right here is the dies. And can you see that? It's got butterfly, a snail, and a dragonfly. Isn't it cute? I didn't notice it until I was looking through it. So you also have all these different shrooms. So these are, there's no coordinating stamp. This is a stamp set. So there's no shroom stamp set, but there is dies. And then you have some leaves. So it's really fun set to play with. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and show you. Hey, Tam Tam. Hi, Amy. Look at that. Everybody had today off and they're tuning in. I like it. I like it. Okay. So, this is our card. And it's very minimal stamping. I pretty much use the images in the paper. So it opens up this way. Okay. And I am using mossy green for the ink as well as the paper. And then I'll put all the ingredients, the recipe, once I post the actual page. So, all right. So there was a little tricky thing on here. And we needed, our clues said we needed 2 pieces of 5.5 by 8. Scored at 4 1/4. And what we're going to do is I already did the top cut on this one, because what you're going to do is you're going to cut it down to 2 3/4 to 4 1/4. I'm going to show you a trick to this. So we're going to do, this is the bottom. We need to do the top half. So let me get my cutting tool. Hey, Shar. All right. So I know I need to cut it down to 2 3/4. So, I'm going to go ahead and I'm trying to think the right way. Okay, so I'm going to line it up here. Let me bring this down just a little bit. So, all right. So it's going to go down to 2 3/4. Okay. And I don't know if you can see, there's a score line right here. And then I use the arrows that are on here as well as the guide that's right here. You can't see it because there's a glare. But so what I do is I'm going to, it's got to be 2 3/4. Let me make sure that's lined up. And I already know that score line is going to be 4 1/4. So what I'm going to do is I am going to start, I'm going to line up this line right here to the score line, and it does have an arrow. So I'm trying to make sure. If you hear some heavy breathing, don't pay attention. All right, so I went ahead and cut to there. All right, so now what I'm going to do is I need this top piece gone. So let me bring this back up. I need this top piece gone because my other sheet, I already have the bottom. So I need this top off. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to line up my score at 4 1/4. And I'm going to bring my cutter all the way down. Let me bring this to the score line. And again, I'm going to use my little points here to guide myself. There's a line right here. I'm going to make sure it lines up to this right here. And what I do is to make sure that I don't overlap is I just play with it until it loosens up. There it goes. See? So it popped off. All right. So those are your pieces. Hopefully that helps you. So we need these 2 pieces. We need a top panel and a bottom panel. And basically what these two, you're going to glue these 2 pieces together like this. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and get my glue because that's what I like to use. How's everybody doing? Did anybody do anything exciting today? I have a hat on because I didn't wash my hair. I was like, yeah, we're going to be lazy. So all I'm doing is lining that up. Okay. And then where's my bone folder? Actually, I lied. You know what I did? I got stuck on Disney Solitaire, and that is what I've been playing with all day long. I could have been prepping for classes this week, but no. The hubs was home, the kid was home, so I was like, I'm going to play me some solitaire. So I'm going to go ahead and use my bone folder to burnish these score lines real good. Ooh, what'd you think? What'd you think? Liz told me that you were watching Sweet Magnolias. All right. All right, so there are the two pieces. So I glued those together, and then the next thing we're going to need is 2 pieces of DSP. I decided to go with that small piece from that one sheet that had all those. Oh no, Liz. Oh, I hate that. So I went ahead and cut it out because it was a really big image. So I wanted to make sure that it fits here. So that's going to be my bottom piece. And then, oh, sorry, I flipped you around. I didn't mean to. That's going to be my bottom piece, which measures 4 1/4 by 2 3/4. And then I'm going to use this as my top piece. And it's got flowers on it. So this is the back side. All right. So you're going to go ahead and glue those out. Amy, look at you being all productive. Oh, Tammy, that's on my list to watch. I haven't seen Stranger Things yet. I think we watched maybe a couple of episodes, but it got lost. So, okay, so I'm gluing those down. And then I'm going to glue this piece down. And I'm going to glue that here. Make sure it lines up. That's why I like the glues, because you got some wiggle room. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Have you seen? No, I have not. What is that about? Oh, no. Maybe you need to change. I don't know. Is it just on Netflix? Okay, so this is what we have so far is our opening pieces. And then I used my everyday arches. I love these, and I went ahead and already cut it out using my Stampin' Cut, and basically that's going to go right here. But I am going to do some stamping real quick. Okay, I'm going to bring this up just a little bit. My desk is clean for the most part. All right, so I already have my stamps, and we're going to go ahead and stamp. Let me get my scrap piece of paper. Why do you want to do that? Ask me how many times I mop my floor. I blew out my back so bad yesterday that from mopping floors, because my backyard is a slush pit because of all the rain or the snow and the rain that we had. And so with the dogs coming in and out, I have done nothing but go behind them with the mop. And I pretty much stayed in bed yesterday because my back hurt so bad. Okay. So this piece measures what does this measure? 4 5 1/4. And this is going to go on the inside, but I'm going to go ahead and cut out one of the, actually it's the ants. Is it ants with an S or I put an S on everything. So don't pay attention to me because I am grammarly incorrect. But it's a bundle of 3, and I used the die cut to cut it out, but we're only going to use this one because he's going to shout out something. So I'm going to glue him right down here. So let me get my glue. Where's my new caddies? Oh, they're over here on the side. Char has a 3D printer, and she created some little holders for me and here. And I love that she used Tiffany blue because, you know, we all love Tiffany blue. So easy. I have everything in one station, out of sight. Char and Liz, they spoil me. I bought the cubes, but not the dip stand. I made a few cards. You know what? You're absolutely right, Lori. The paper, you don't need the bundle. The paper is just beautiful. Okay, so I'm going to have that ant scream out. Love you lots. So I think my ink pad. So I'm going to put that right here. Easy peasy. And then I'm going to go ahead and glue that. Let me close this up. I'm going to go ahead and glue this guy down here. I'm going to glue right here. You know what? You're right. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and glue my little caterpillar right here. I'm going to glue that here. And then I need to cut out my hello friend. I'm going to fussy cut that. And then I did do the little flower, and I had a die cut. Yeah, I don't think I've done a fold like this before. So when it popped up, I was like, ooh, let's do this one. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and fussy cut this hello friend. Where's my little snips? It's not because of the sun. It's called Fake and Bake. It's that time of year. I have to be in the fake sun because Mama needs some vitamin D. Need some sun. All right, so I am just going to fussy cut this and then we're going to pop this up with some dimensionals. And then I die cut a bumblebee. Okay, so we did that. So let me go ahead and put some dimensionals on here. You know, I really like our snips, and I'm really sad that they are not coming back. And I guess it was the manufacturer that they were getting them from stopped creating them, so that's why. Okay, so I want this hello friend here. I want the bee to hold it, so I'm going to do a little slit in his little bee hands. That's what you call it. And he's going to be popped up also. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to slide that in there like he's holding that. Okay. So let's get some dimensionals. I got a dog that snuck in here. All right. So isn't that cute? Okay. So what I'm going to do is when I open up my cards, I open from the left to the right, but it's up to you how, where you want this glue down to. So I'm going to glue mine on the bottom half. Again, I don't think there's a right or wrong. Just make sure when you go to glue this piece on, you don't go too far so it doesn't attach itself to that second the top panel. So I'm just going to center this. Make sure it's centered. Oh my gosh. Oh, yeah. All right. So I did center it. All right. And then I have some embellishments. Y'all, I have to say, these embellishments are just too cute. Look at the ladybugs. All right. So I'm going to put this ladybug on the leaf. I'm going to just put one. Let me pull out my handy dandy little pokey tool. I mean, look, Char, girl. And put my little ladybug right here. All right. And then we've got some clear dots. And so I'm just going to put a couple, make it look like, they almost remind me of the raindrops, but this isn't. Oh, it won't pop. Let me use my nails. All right. Let's do one more because the rule of thumb is 3, right? 3 or 5. It's always an odd number. She does. I'm going to put 1. Where do I want to? What do y'all think? Oh. Well, see, I started to open it the wrong way. This paper pretty much did it all. All right, what I'm going to do, I'm going to flip this up real quick because I have an announcement to make. An announcement. So, I sent out an email. If you haven't received it, check your email. But we have free shipping. Yes, we have free shipping. It was just announced, and it'll be a 3 days. It's Wednesday through Friday. And there is some restrictions, like if you use your dollars, if it goes below a certain amount, it has to be $75. So if you have any questions, shoot me a message. But I did send out an email to everyone that is in my customer list, and so check that out. But free shipping on $75 or more. And it starts Wednesday through Friday, and that is for anything. It could be the store, clearance, mini, online exclusive, whatever. If you don't have $75, you get with your friend and you guys make $75 and then you can save. So yes, this week. And, and then if you are interested in the Sweet Bug set, I happened to check right before I got online, and it is on back order. The dies are on back order, so they are expected to be back in stock around March 2nd, give or take. So, yes, so when you use your bonus coupons, just be mindful of the dollar amount, because if you use $5 and you're at $75, it's going to bring it to $70, so then you won't qualify for that free shipping. So it needs to be $75. But $75 after shipping, after coupon codes and CSV or whatever you're going to use. So it has to be $75. So anything else? Got it? Yeah, I was shocked that they did free shipping, because I was like, oh, free shipping. So all right. Well, that concludes the mystery stamping. I hope you enjoyed yourself. I know I did. I just love this cute little set. Again, this bundle will be available March 2nd because it is on back order, the dies. So, thanks for tuning in. And, yeah, February is almost gone. All right. You guys have a great evening. Thanks for tuning in, and I will catch you next time. Bye.